Peak COVID was a good time, be Bob. Good time.
Good time to be Bob, he says. Well, let's talk
Bad
about
time to be a deal. I'll say that.
Deal starts shaking in its boots when it sees Bobo coming.
It's the IDP show, now you know.
Welcome to the IDP show. I'm your host, Josh Raymer, joined in the Sode Shack tonight. Adam Markham, Bobby Reynolds. Boys, it's an exciting day. Around about 11 o'clock, I was on a client call. Had one eye on the call, one eye on Twitter, and the deals, they were coming in fast and furious today.
Yep, quite a few distractions today at work. But yeah, just a blessed day. I love this day. One of the best days of the year.
It really is. Like this day, the draft, and then like the opening weekend of the season is probably like the top three for me in terms of NFL enjoyment as just like a degenerate fan, Bobo.
Yeah, as a fantasy football fan, I would say when you have picks, that rookie draft is probably my favorite.
That's a good day too.
Getting your rookies on
that
the
is
team,
a very fun day.
Seeing what Travis Hunter looks like on the squad, Ashton Jeanty leading the running back core. Good times.
Speaking of which, I saw the Jags are listening to BTJ trade offers. So
all the listing usually leads to
that's
doing.
Remember, that's how this started with Maxx,
Crosby, Parsons.
All of them. It's like, no, we can't imagine moving on from this player. And then it graduates to they are listening. And then usually about a week or so after the listening starts, that's when the deal gets done. Yeah. So I think it'll happen because they probably just saw, oh my God, the Bears got a second-round pick for DJ Moore. Like, could we legitimately get a first for Brian Thomas Jr. at this point?
Maybe.
Probably.
Yeah, probably so.
So, yeah, it's a fun day. I agree, though.
Ready for BTJ to move on. Greener pastures.
Hope you held Travis Hunter like we suggested because...
Hope you held BTJ, too. I mean, I think that guy's going to be fine.
If someone's trading, they're both busts. You need to probably drop both, preferably in leagues we're all in together.
Cut them loose.
Cut them loose. But welcome in. We had the free agency preview. This is the free agency recap. Day one. This is the start of the legal tampering period. Is always a day filled with deals that will be consummated on Wednesday once the league year opens. But of course, there are some deals that, people go back on. Remember Frank Gore was supposed to go to, I think, the Eagles, ends up reversing course and going to the Colts back in the day.
Yeah, that'd be a fun game.
Milton Williams was that way too, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think there was an earlier
Panthers.
Yeah, the report was out there early. Yeah, Mack retweeted it. I remember that. So
a lot of
really
shame
bad
for Johnny
look for
Mack.
That was one of the worst looks for Macri.
Sad day.
I screenshot.
Solely what should have been a good day otherwise.
Yeah, he really ruined it.
I was bummed out the whole day.
Been downhill since then.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Appreciate it, buddy.
So, but yeah, that would be, so it is like you can't say that these deals are done because they're not, even though 99.5% of them will end up going through. So,
another reason to play IDP, because if you don't, then these days can kind of be boring. Like Ken Walker, ETN.
The best players getting signed are the defensive players.
Well, I mean, it's just, I don't know. I feel like a majority of the moves that are being made are like, all right, cool. These linebackers move places. We got some trades here for these edges, but offensively, most of the time, these players kind of stay home.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Defensive guys, I think teams are willing to churn a little more than really good offensive players.
Alec Pierce staying home.
First deal of free agency. I was texting with Sig this morning. I was like, give me your boldest prediction. He nailed it. He had Wandale going to the Titans for like pretty close to what the deal was. And I said, I think Alec Pierce. I nailed the number, but I said the Titans. I'm really surprised the Titans or Pats weren't in on that at that number. Like, why would they not push the Colts to 30, 32? Now, I did see Pierce turn down more money. I mean, who knows if that's actually true or not.
From the Colts, he's like, hey, guys, I'll take the lower deal.
Yeah, just send the 28 back over. I don't need the 32.
Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, this is what happens when just bad timing, We didn't want to pay him last offseason, and he got a lot better as the season went along. He's the belle of the ball. Those guys just make a ton of money. Is he the best? I think it's the 6th highest paid receiver by AAV. Of course not. Of course he's not the 6th best wide receiver, but that's just how free agency works. These guys always pop into the top 5 or 10 at their position in AAV.
What did Mike Evans do last year? What did he hurt?
Hamstring, I'm sure.
Because every joke I've seen on Twitter is the substation waiting for his hamstrings to show up there in San Francisco.
That bone.
That was a good one. Also, I think he broke his collarbone too.
Same time frame, or like
I think it was hamstring first. He came back from that and then broke his collarbone that very first game back.
And then probably missed the rest of the season.
Came back like the last week or 2 weeks.
There you go.
So
Tough.
Absolute dog.
Baller.
If he can stay healthy, love the landing spot in San Francisco.
Oh,
but
yeah,
it's a
great.
big if for a guy who's on the other side of 30 at this point,
What's
right?
that do for your Egbuka love? Elevate it?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, it's going to be Godwin, Egbuka, and Jaelan McMillan, right? As the trio of wide receivers, unless they, make some moves in the draft, which they could. So, but y'all didn't hear us. Don't come here to hear us talk about offense. Let's talk
Gainwell,
about
Bucky. Pretty good duo.
pretty good. I do like Gainwell. I think that's a nice little combo there.
Golly, that's just one of those guys that like I had years ago and just, I'll send him back to the auction. Not a big deal. And it just got better,
Kenny.
Oh, Kenny.
Oh, Kenny. Thank
Kenny
you,
G.
Kenny G. Well, let's talk.
Should lean on that more. There needs to
I
be
like
more
that.
Kenny G.
Guys,
talk.
I'm trying to transition us to defense, if you do not mind. We have not just, of course, the moves that went down today, but also some moves that happened since we last recorded. And boys, let's start there with the massive trade for IDP, probably the biggest move of the last few days. Maxx Crosby is now a Baltimore Raven. The Ravens receive pick 14 plus the 2027 first-round pick of the Baltimore Ravens. So Maxx Crosby, I think I heard where there have been maybe 18 players in NFL history that have gone for 2 first-round picks, and Maxx Crosby now on that list. Yes, 46 tackles for defensive stops in 2025, tied second most among all edges. Of course, Mike Green is there. We're hoping Justin BK makes it back. The Raiders are in a full-blown rebuild at this point, although they added a ton of defensive talent. So I'm kind of getting mixed messages there, what's going on with the Raiders. But I think it's a move that makes sense for both sides. The Ravens have needed pass rush help since Terrell Suggs retired.
Yeah.
So I understand it. It's a little bit desperate for Baltimore, but I think you got to push the chips in to try to win a Super Bowl with Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, and this is a weaker class, so I mean it is 14th overall, but again, weaker class, so I don't think you're going to lose that much sleep. And Maxx Crosby he's a perfect fit for this team. I mean, you're right. This is a team that's been looking for like a premier edge rusher for a long time now, and Maxx Crosby definitely fits that bill. So he's one of those guys that I think like personality wise, he's a great fit there. He's going to be an awesome presence in the locker room. Going to be competing for Super Bowls, and so he's going to be highly motivated. He'll be actually winning games, which is something he's not used to.
Competing for Super Bowls, something that was probably never going to happen.
Yeah,
in Las Vegas as long as his career went on. So,
and still, he's at the tail end of his prime. He was 29, I think, right? Or he'll be 29. So yeah, I mean. He's going to get banged up occasionally. That's just, I think, going to be the story with Maxx Crosby. But when he's out there, like he's still about as good as it gets.
Yeah, 28.6. I'm hearing your ranks. You've got him as edge 5 right now. Does he move up or down?
Probably about the same. I feel like that was probably pretty high for Matt. Well, I don't know. That's probably about fair. That's about where.
I don't know that I would move him up or down because right above him is Abdul Carter and Myles Garrett, Aiden Hutchinson, Will Anderson. Like, I think Max was just one of those, Bobo, where it's like wherever Maxx Crosby ended up, the price that he was going to have to be paid to acquire him told me you're going to get probably the same level of Maxx Crosby anywhere he ends up.
I do think Crosby is probably a pretty good sell right now. Like, if you could sell him for peak value, I would probably let him go. Because
I go first.
Yeah, Crosby over the last couple of years has been a little bit more banged up than he was, when he was 25. I mean, 29, that's still an aggressive rank for an almost 30-year-old. Like, I don't know when his birthday is, but he's liable to be 30 by the time the season starts. I do feel like he's going to play well in Baltimore. They still have KVN.
No, he's 34. I think he's a free agent. So
okay. That would be cool if they did.
They'll
just
get him
kind of
back.
work him in.
Probably.
He'll be back around.
But yeah, I don't know. I just think in IDP, I don't ever really like trading a lot of edges, especially in big 3 scoring. But if you could get a nice little haul for Crosby, I'd probably be a listener.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
I always try to cash out when these guys switch teams. It's just like capitalize on the hype.
And Maxx Crosby's 29. Like same with like Myles Garrett. I know it's tough coming off the historic season he had, but he's 30.
Yeah.
So realistically, like he's got probably 3 more
for sure
elite years.
Yeah.
And there's just no way he can do what he did again. He'll still be really good. We've we talked about before how his scoring was so consistent. It fell within like a 15-point band over the last 4 seasons before 2025. So he'll be good as long as he's out there.
Yeah,
but
probably be around 15 sacks instead of the 20.
Yeah, is he going to have 23 or whatever he had in 2025?
Unlikely.
No, like I would put the odds of that at very low.
Do you have PT on Crosby? How much did Crosby play last year? Like when
his
was
usual,
healthy?
just
Still crazy.
damn near every.
So that would be a question for me. Is
got
like,
shut down late in the season, and that's when I think the bad blood started. Was them shutting him down for that meniscus surgery or whatever it is that he had.
Yeah, he wanted to finish.
Does the PT still stay crazy in Baltimore?
I think he sees.
I think so.
North of 80% of snaps pretty easily.
Which that's pretty healthy.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be in the 90% range. I think they're going to try to dial that back to somewhere in the 80s to keep this guy fresh for the playoffs.
But you're right, Josh. I mean, the Ravens have kind of put themselves in this situation. They're like, we got Derrick Henry, we have Lamar, we've got Roquan, we've got some
They've
of these
also
young
tried
Kyle
to
Hamilton.
address the position and just the guys haven't worked out,
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
Odafe Oweh, they had Tyus Bowser, right? That was like a second or third round pick. They took the kid who popped his Achilles at his pro day. Remember him?
Out of Michigan.
I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But then you had Mike Green this past year. And so we had a comment on YouTube asking about Mike Green. I think he's a decent stash. I mean, this will definitely help.
Sure.
Bringing in Maxx Crosby. So
And Maxx Crosby, he'll be good for like a young player that wants it, you know? Like that was like the thing with like Tyree Wilson. Like I don't think that they got along because I just don't think Crosby thought that kid wanted it.
Was serious. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, Crosby is a all caps dog. So like that is what this Ravens team needed as well, was just some edge. Felt like they had kind of lost their punch with, you know, the former defensive coordinator, Mike McDonald, going to the Seahawks, and then just a little bit of a malaise over that team. I think the end of the Harbaugh era, it was just like everyone was kind of checked out. Kind of like the end of the Pete Carroll era. You know, when it falls off with these coaches, it can fall off kind of quickly and unexpectedly.
I do feel like you're going to see a lot of write-ups this offseason that Mike Green could be a nice little sleeper in IDP.
No, for sure.
He had a nice little finish to the season, and now this is going to only help him, I think. But, yeah, I don't know. Maxx Crosby, I'm trying to think in XFL now. It's kind of wheels are turning in my head of, like, what I would take for a guy like Crosby. But I think you're right, Josh. Whenever you have guys like this that are kind of aging, very similar to, like, Mike Evans, like, has been banged up a little bit now, has kind of some heavier surgeries and stuff under his belt. It just, you know, age 30 is just that's a different number in the NFL. Things, especially as far as like defensive ends and like specialty positions offensively, stuff just hurts a little bit different than it used to when you were 22.
Right. Yeah, it was David Ojabo.
Yeah, there
And then
it is.
Tyus Bowser was a second round pick let's see here. He was a 2017 second round pick of the Baltimore Ravens. So they have tried, like to their credit, they have tried to address it. Kind of like the Colts, you know, since, Freeney and Mathis have been trying to get another premier edge rusher in the building, whether it's Bjorn Warner or Kwity Paye or Odangbo or Latu. And eventually you kind of just run out of road with those guys. And if you're in a window with a Super Bowl MVP caliber quarterback in Lamar Jackson, you got to take this massive swing. So
you got to feel good too after seeing what Oweh got paid, you know?
Oh yeah.
I don't know exactly what they're going to be paying Crosby, but we won't get to Oweh quite yet, but
I haven't seen an extension or extension talks. They're probably just keeping that existing deal in place for now. But yeah, let's talk about the next highest paid guy here on the list. It was Jaelan Phillips going to the Carolina Panthers, 4 years, $120 million. So shout out our baby who was previously on the wall here in the Sode Shack, $30 million a year.
May need to make room again.
I know, the jersey's right over there, off to the side here.
Put it on.
But it's weird that it's 2 teams ago. It is closer to, I guess, the Panthers' color. But this was a team that had several guys that I think were in the mix as like nice edge 2, edge 3 for the Panthers. They just needed that clear edge 1. Yeah, you have the injury concerns with Jaelan Phillips, but I think if you're the Panthers, they obviously think a lot of their team and think that they are a playoff contender. I don't think you make a move like this if you're like, we're clearly rebuilding, right? But you don't give out the richest edge rusher contract in free agency to Jaelan Phillips. But I do like when moves help other guys slot into their more natural kind of landing spots, Bobo, because you have a couple guys in Princely, Umamuelen, and then Nick Scorton there who had, nice little rookie seasons. And now those guys can be your edge 2 and edge 3.
I think it's great for Phillips because I think it's not going to require him to be the stalwart there. Like, obviously, he's going to play quite a bit because of, what he's being paid, but I think it's going to be a very rotational, healthy situation for him. Hopefully, he doesn't have to play, just a ton of snaps. Now, I don't know, IDP-wise, it's a little bit concerning because for him to be healthy, I don't feel like you can play him a ton. But also for IDP, he's not going to be super valuable unless he plays, 70% of snaps, I would think. So it's kind of a catch-22. You're liable to have a healthy Jaelan Phillips, but I don't know that you're going to have peak Jaelan Phillips anymore either. So I don't know if that's y'all's take on it, but that's at least how I think. It kind of sucks, actually, for Amon Mielen and for Scorton. I kind of like them as the little Walker and Pierce kind of situation. You just kind of had the young rookies. You let them out there. You let them run. And I thought, especially Scorton, looked better at the end of the year.
I thought it also funny that someone brought this up. They didn't want to pay Brian Burns, but now then, 2 years later, you go out and throw a massive bag at Jaelan Phillips. So just kind of interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the contract says they're going to play the hell out of this dude.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
Until the wheels fall off, I think.
$80 million guaranteed. He's going to be out there. And again, like, Scorton and Princely, they're fine. But what's the real upside of those guys?
For sure.
It's they needed a guy. They needed to take a swing, and Jaelan Phillips, certainly the injury history, that risk is very real. But this was about as big a swing as I think they could take, long term, at least when you talk about from a dynasty perspective. So, I like it. You got to be excited for Jaelan Phillips. You just got to hope that he stays healthy.
Yeah, right. And that's the question. I wanted to look up what have his overall snap counts been since he came into the league in 2021 with Miami. It was 54% in 2021, and then 73%, 71% in 22 and 23, just 59% in 2024, and then split time between the Dolphins and the Eagles last year. Played 73% for Miami, 78% for Philadelphia. So I think the ceiling that you're looking at is probably somewhere in that 75, maybe to 80 range if they really want to push it. But
I think so.
I have a feeling he'll probably be closer to like 75% of snaps.
Yeah.
I just feel like that risk of injury is high with 80% snaps.
Oh, 100%.
I think they have to be very mindful of how much they want to push this guy.
Yep. But, they're trying to win games. They got to justify the contract. Like they're going to try and get him out there,
They're kind of similar to the Maxx Crosby situation. Y'all talked about it last episode where, I think you called Carolina kind of a fake playoff team.
They were a fake playoff team.
It's kind of similar. I mean, The Ravens needed to do something and the Panthers was like, well, we made the playoffs, but we need to get better.
Well, they're in the NFC South, so it's like I can see the justification for this division sucks.
Yeah.
We kind of suck, but we could probably make the playoffs.
All
and
the teams suck up there, yeah.
Right, sure. That's the thing is we could be the best of these losers, so
might as well.
Yeah, let's try. Dave Canales is in kind of an important year as head coach there, so you gotta try to get further, I think.
And thinking about where the teams stand in the division today, they still they might be the best of the four.
Yeah, I don't know, Baker was a little bit banged up last year, so I don't know what to expect. That seems like that
just lost Mike Evans.
Falcons just brought in Tua to start games while Penix is on IR to start the season most likely. So
New Orleans could be a little fraudulent,
Yeah, I don't know. It all depends on if Tyler Shuck turns back into a pumpkin or not.
Because how do you say his last name?
Shuck. Like you're shucking corn, yeah.
But it's SHOUGH.
Looks like Shao or Show, but it's Tyler Shuck.
I need to vet that.
I disagree with his family.
Yeah, that's not. You guys should be Shug or Shao or Show.
It's much better.
But Shuck, it just seems like you're getting a little cute.
Yeah.
We need to rein that in. Odafe Oweh, the Commanders did not rein in their spending for Odafe Oweh. I knew that dude was going to get paid. I thought maybe 4 years, 80. No, sir. 4 years, $100 million for Odafe Oweh going to the Washington Commanders. Fills a huge need. These two signings right here, really all the ones we've talked about so far, including the Maxx Crosby trade, just fill massive needs. And that's why you see these dollar amounts. The Commanders' edge room, I think was maybe just was it just Jacob Martin or somebody?
What's the Dorrance Armstrong?
Dorrance Armstrong was
but he got hurt. I think he's coming off maybe an ACL.
Yes. Yep.
But yeah, I mean,
You know who's owed money in this situation?
I mean, they used Von Miller. Von Miller played significant
Von
snaps
Miller.
for this team.
Khalil Mack and Tuli Tuipulotu, Oweh owes half of this to them. He goes to LA, looks awesome for 8 games,
yeah.
and now is in the exact same situation that he was in Baltimore for the closest team to him, right? Proximity wise,
I think
geography.
I think so.
Yeah, Washington and Baltimore. That's got to be really close.
Oh, yeah,
DC
for
and
sure.
Baltimore.
100%.
There's no
Yeah.
I
coincidence.
was looking at the travel over here. He was
Sorry,
looking like
I was
know.
thinking about Los Angeles to Washington. I was like, there are so many teams in between those two spots. No, the depth chart there for the edge rushers in Washington was Dorrance Armstrong. Jacob Martin is there, but he's a pending free agent. All their guys. I mean, Von Miller is a pending free agent. Preston
38
Smith.
years old.
Right, exactly. But yeah, really, Odafe
Preston
Oweh.
Smith was that the other
Yeah,
one?
Preston Smith is
That's
also
insane.
there,
Remember him?
right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's a lot of remember him guys.
Yeah.
Javante Jean-Baptiste,
Oh,
Drake
yeah.
Jackson.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
Drake Jackson?
Sure.
So it just is about as grim as it could be in the Washington edge rushing room. So was Oweh fraudulent? Yeah, maybe, but the dude is going to be playing some snaps in 2026.
in best ball. Will y'all have any Oweh?
Probably not.
I probably will. Yeah. I mean, it depends on where he goes.
He's
If people
gonna
want to
be-
pump him up the board, then no. But the dude's going to play.
He'll probably be like in the, I'd say like 7th, 8th round of these IDP only best balls.
First 8 weeks, that dude's gonna have a sack and a half.
Where do you think he
Yeah, probably
slots in terms of, if we look at the ADP, he is edge, fill in the blank. Is he edge 21?
30.
30?
Yeah.
You think he's in the 30s?
There's still a lot of good edge rushers, you know.
I wanted to look up his snaps as well.
And
to
people
see,
will
like-
still be a little, they'll be sus. They'll be listening.
Here's the thing, boys. He's
it's all our
never
little freaks in there anyway.
he's never played more than 65% of snaps. That was his rookie year in Baltimore. Since then, 58, 50, 56, and then split time
'Cause he-
last year, 45 and 50%.
He kind of got benched a little bit in Baltimore. Like they gave him a little bit of leash, and then they're like, actually, this guy's not that good.
Yeah.
Get KVN back out
Yeah,
there.
you clearly don't believe in this guy if you ship him off to LA and then 6
Bring
months
in
later
Clowney.
he's signing a $100 million contract.
And he was
So-
playing with some decent players at times. I mean, you were there when Justin Madubuike had his. How many sacks did he have that one year?
Over 10, right?
Yeah,
12 or 13 maybe.
I don't know.
So you do have a good defensive coordinator / head coach there in Dan Quinn. So I am excited to see what he can do with Oweh. But I mean, are we going to see 65% of snaps from Oweh?
That is like one thing I am a little optimistic about. Like the opportunity should be there just because
For
like
sure.
that group of names.
There's no one there, and he's paid.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
that's
$100
the
million.
And that's usually, you see these two go together. You're not going to give someone a $100 million contract if you also have 2 capable starters in that same position.
You know what I always go back to though? We're talking about it. I mean, perfect time of year to kind of have this conversation. How many sacks did he have in college?
He had 7 sacks, including 0 his last year.
Wasn't it like that was every single year though? He is how many sacks he had? Like he had that over his career, right? Not
I think
in
it
like
was
1
7
year.
career sacks, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to pull that up, but I don't know. It just kind of goes back to when there's not production in college.
Kind of a pressure king type.
Exactly.
you know?
Exactly. Look at
Lots
this.
of-
Look at this Ras. Look at this bend. Long, lanky guy. He still can't get to the quarterback.
Right. The nerds are going to like him a lot more than the the people that care about sacks.
If he's a value in these best ball drafts, I'll take him just based on the perceived volume. But yeah, if folks want to push him up, I'll pass and just scoop up the value.
What
on
was
edge
his
rusher
name?
later. It was Jason Oweh, Jayson. Yeah, Jason
I
Oweh.
knew it was a little change.
So let's talk about
That got
another
me.
deal here while you vet this, though, Bobo.
Yeah.
Cincinnati Bengals, a mass exodus of their edge rushers in free agency. Trey Hendrickson is still sitting out there. We'll talk about Joseph Ossai. He left as well. They still have Miles Murphy and Shamar Stewart, but they also add now Boye Mafe to the list from Seattle. 3 years, $60 million. This was a lot more money than I thought Boye Mafe was going to get.
Yeah, man, me too. I mean, he for a guy that really was, 5 points per game last year for us in Big Three scoring, and then 9.5 the year before that. So, he wasn't really able to crack the rotation like you want him to last year in Seattle. Now, obviously, that's not going to be the case in Cincinnati because there is nobody here, but I don't think he's like that high of an upside type of guy. Like I think he's, maybe he gets 10 sacks. I think that would be, a fantastic season for him, but This was a large overpay from Cincinnati. And I'm not sure that you're getting a better pass rusher than the two you just let.
I know. I think I would just rather have the youth movement and just let these two young guys that you took both in the first round just get out there and see what they can do. But again, desperation is a hell of a drug. You see 3 teams here in a row with coaches that are a little bit in like either on the hot seat or in like prove it mode. With Dave Canales, like I don't think Dave Canales gets fired if the Panthers miss the playoffs, but if the Commanders miss the playoffs or the Bengals miss the playoffs, those two coaches are gone.
Yeah. Oh God, I mean, that's just like, why? That's a big risk to take Boye and Mafe and pay him like that.
I don't like either of these last 2 deals. I don't like giving Oweh $25 million a year and then Mafe $20 million a year.
No.
Like the dude, like you said, could not really crack the rotation in Seattle. Obviously, that's a sick defensive line with just waves of guys coming at you. But man, I don't know that I want to give him that kind of money. Bobo, it was 7 sacks, wasn't it?
Good pull. 2 his freshman year, 5 his sophomore year.
And 0 his last year.
Yeah, he only played 7 games that year, but still.
No way.
Sometimes lack of production in college translates to the NFL. Yeah, Mafe, that's a lot.
I will have probably no shares of Mafe.
I'm with you, Josh. That's more of a
desperation's a hell of a drug.
Coach type of what? Right. What now?
Yeah.
Let's reel that back a touch.
Mafe and Miles Murphy. That's the tandem.
Yeah. And then Shamar Stewart.
Yeah, we'll see.
Like let's see what happens there. Miles Murphy, I think, kind of came into his own a little bit there at the end of last season.
Showed
but
signs of life.
I mean, Shamar Stewart is a complete question mark at this point. And again, you see a repeated pattern here. Like the Panthers ship off Brian Burns. They take these 2 swings. Those guys are fine, but you got to have a real difference maker at edge. Yeah. Same thing with the Commanders where, remember 3 or 4 years ago, what'd they do? Trade away Chase Young and Montez Sweat. Now you're here giving Odafe Oweh $100 million. Boye Mafe, you bungle the situation as the Bengals with Trey Hendrickson and whiff on maybe 1 draft pick. I think Miles Murphy's going to end up being fine, but you still took that guy in the first round, and now you got to give Boye Mafe $20 million a year. So, a lot of bad deals get handed out on the first day of free agency. Didn't mind this next one, though. Khalil Mack, 1 year, $18 million, back with the Chargers. I think we said on the preview, Addy, that I thought, we thought this was, a likely outcome here. He just seems like one of those guys that the Chargers want to keep around.
Right. Yeah, he's old. He didn't want to,
like I don't want to move. Learn a new system and learn where the bathrooms are in a new facility. Just let me stay here in LA.
I know everybody here. I don't want to have to do that again.
1 year, $18 million is some good guap though.
Hell yeah.
If you can get it. I mean, because what did Joey Bosa sign for? It was less than that, I think, with Buffalo last offseason, wasn't it?
10 or
maybe 10
or 11, something like that.
So I think status quo with Khalil Mack. But yeah, mention some teams that kind of whiffed on drafting edge rushers in the first round. The Colts drafting Kwity Paye. Well, now he ends up in Las Vegas. Bobo, I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on with Vegas because you ship off Maxx Crosby, and so it's like, okay, clearly they're in rebuild mode. You just kind of did this where you tried to like microwave it a little bit the last couple years, and it did not work out. And now they have spent all this money. I mean, gobs of money the Raiders have spent. We'll talk about them quite a bit here over the course of this show. Bringing in Kwity Paye, $16 million a year for Kwity Paye. 3 years, $48 million. This is another one where I'm like, this is a massive overpay for a guy who's just not that caliber of player. Like, I'd much rather have Khalil Mack at 18 than Kwity Paye at 16 a year.
I honestly haven't really cared for any of these signings. I like Maxx Crosby. That's cool. I think he's a good trade. Jaelan Phillips, I think there's a chance he gets hurt if he has to play 4 years, $120 million worth. Oweh, no. Mafe, no. Khalil Mack really regressed last year. Kwity Paye, what are you doing, Raiders? So, I don't know. None of these for IDP I really love so far. I don't know. It's just a lot of these people trying to chase somebody who can try to get to the quarterback. That's all that boils down to.
Yeah, and again, I believe they had the most money going into free agency.
Yeah.
So it's like, I guess you got to spend it. And they gave Linderbaum that $27 million a year contract.
Trying to prepare for Mendoza.
And that's the thing. I don't mind the like, let's get a good team in place for when Mendoza is maybe, if he ends up being the guy you think he is, then maybe like year 2, year 3, you're ready to really start pushing, kind of like the Caleb Williams plan. I can appreciate that. I just don't think Kwity Paye, 3 years, $16 million a year, is the kind of guy that you want to give that money to. I'd rather just do like 1 year. Like, I'd rather go grab the Khalil Mack, 1 year, $18 million, than commit money long-term for middling guys like Paye.
Yeah, I'd rather sit this first day out.
Right, like just chill,
Probably
man.
day 2. You'll get like there'll be some cheap vets that you'll
Go get Clowney. Like, go get someone who can just eat some innings for you. You don't need to be making splashy
Trey
moves,
Henderson.
Raiders.
Trey Henderson for sure. Like,
You
I
know,
mean,
1 year.
Well, Trey's probably going to get Trey's. What do y'all think his deal is going to look like?
I really am kind of worried that he didn't go on day one. Like, I really saw him as more of a day one, let's shell out some money type of, like a, not necessarily like a, Maxx Crosby type of contract, because I know he's a little bit older, but I don't know what kind of money he'll get.
Okay,
now.
so if
I was thinking like 3 years, $100 million.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
I was just thinking 3 years, 75, because that would be 25 a year. We just saw, what was it? Oweh get 25 a year. So yeah, he's probably getting.
That was what I was thinking. I feel like he's like the best pass rusher available,
Agreed.
even over Jaelan Phillips, right?
Yeah.
So does he get 3 years, 100? That would be
That
like
was-
33 a year. That would top the Phillips deal in terms of AAV.
But also, like, didn't Daniil Hunter only get like 2 years, something like that, like 20?
he just also got a 1 year,
Yeah.
$41 million
Right.
extension. So I think this would slot Hendrickson in pretty well in the pecking order.
I just wonder if he's like getting lowballed because of last year, how down it was. So
For sure.
I'd imagine that is probably happening. I've heard
Yeah.
Dallas though is rumored to be in on Trey.
They traded for Rashan Gary, but honestly, they could use another big swing there.
Is that in here? Is that in the doc, that move?
I believe so. Yeah, it's a little further down. We'll talk about it here in just a sec. But Kwity Paye, Las Vegas Raiders. We don't have to talk about all of these in more depth.
Yeah, we're noticing a lot of bad teams.
Right, bad
shelling
teams
out
signing
money.
middling players to top of the market deals.
Right.
It's a tale as old as time when it comes to free agency. Dre'Mont Jones to the Pats, 3 years, $39 million. That's one of
That's
those.
a total Patriot move.
Right. When I saw that, I was like, I don't even need to see what the team is. I know this is the New England Patriots.
Yeah.
So this doesn't get my
No, not much fantasy relevance.
get me excited for IDP too much, but I think for NFL purposes, a good signing, a good value signing for the Pats. Joseph Ossai, we mentioned him leaving Cincinnati. He lands with the New York Jets, 3 years, $36 million. They also added someone else, Kingsley Enagbare. We'll talk about, a little bit further down. We can just talk about these
It
guys.
was like $10 million for him.
1 year, $10 million for Enagbare. So we can talk about these two guys together since they landed on the same team. Again, I like that the deals are a little more reasonable. Like, good job, Jets, not completely embarrassing yourself. Aaron Glenn stopped sleeping at the combine. That was super embarrassing.
That was cool.
He's
But
probably fired after this.
Boys-
year.
yeah,
tired.
this is the most like pre-fired. That's the way I heard the Frank Reich offensive coordinator. Like, this is the most pre-fired staff you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, you can just pencil in like Halloween, this thing will all be wiped clean.
Yeah.
And they'll be starting over yet again.
Because it's still going to be a very bad team.
Oh, I mean, Ossai and Enagbare now, along with Will McDonald.
Yeah.
So does this? Let's talk about. I'm not interested in Ossai and Enagbare. Like, who cares? But what does this do now for Will McDonald? Does it change your mind on McDonald at all?
I think it's good that he has these guys around him. They're not going to really push him that much, Otherwise, it would have been if they would have brought in, like a Trey Henderson and
Then it's like, oh boy.
Jaelan Phillips, right? Yeah, there's that little bit of concern. But no, I think Will McDonald's still the best pure pass rusher they have there. And so, I think he should probably keep the snap share that he has.
Better in best ball still. Not going to give you the tackle floor that you want from Will McDonald.
Now,
but-
do we expect them to spend a top pick on edge rusher, though?
yeah, I mean, Arvell Reese is the common consensus pick there. So then the question becomes, okay, what position do they have Arvell Reese at if that is the pick at 2?
Yeah.
Does he rush the edge? I mean, they just added 2 edge rushers, and they have a need at linebacker. Well, I guess they did bring in. Who did they bring in alongside?
Demario Davis.
Yeah, Demario Davis. So, God, who knows? They're kind of muddying the waters now on.
That is true. Now that we're talking about, Will McDonald could be a guy that. Well, to be honest, though, he's not. He's kind of off the radar now, anyway. Like, it's just like the tackle floor is not good enough for him. He's too up and down. Never know when to start him. Like, he is exclusively like a best ball guy.
100%. There's not a lot of guys I like to quantify like that, but he is absolutely in that mold of like, I don't want to try to figure out when Will McDonald's going to get like a sack and a half or 2 sacks.
No.
Let me just take him in best ball. Let's see. A couple more here we can whiz through. Malcolm Koonce re-signs with the Las Vegas Raiders. So you've got Koonce there, 1 year, $11 million deal to pair with Kwity Paye. And then Arden Key to the Colts, 2 years, 20. Who cares? Rashan Gary, let's talk about this.
Congrats, bro.
Yeah, great. We have Daniel Jones on half a leg, Alec Pierce making $100 billion a year, and Arden Key. What is up with like teams just taking players from their own division? That's always just like, guys, scout outside your division for God's sakes. It's okay.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, to look outside the division. It's okay. There are
Adam hadn't updated the doc. We don't know what to do.
That's right.
It's like I don't know, man. That just look outside. There are other teams, guys. It's scary, I know, but you will make it. Rashan Gary, the Cowboys continue the trend of like sending a late pick for a player that was about to be cut anyway. I think Logan Wilson. Now Rashan Gary probably about to get cut. The hacker that posted the very sweet farewell post on his Instagram knew it all along that this some kind of deal was in the works. Rashan Gary traded to the Dallas Cowboys, not for like a late round pick swap, mind you, but for a 2027 fourth round pick. So great compensation. I'm sure that the GM there in Green Bay was more than happy to get this haul back for a guy they were going to cut anyways. So does he immediately become the best pass rusher in Dallas?
I mean, you hope not. You hope that Donovan Ezraku takes a big leap in year 2. But, I mean, Rashan Gary's always been one of these PFF guys that does very well with the pressures and has a solid pressure rate. Although I think that did come down a bit this past season. Yeah,
pass rush grade has declined in each of the last 4 seasons for Rashan Gary.
And he's had some major injuries. I'm pretty sure he's had a torn ACL. So, he may just not be his old self.
I wouldn't have minded this for like a late round pick swap, Bobo, but paying a fourth for a guy that's been declining, that was going to get cut anyways, that you could have signed for cheap. I don't know. This just feels like, again, another desperate move and it's weird it comes from the Packers as well, where Micah Parsons is now.
A little less than 2 years ago, maybe, Rashan Gary was probably like a second round best ball pick, maybe like a third rounder.
He was,
There was a lot of hype for him, 2024, maybe, probably in that range.
He was coming off a massive deal.
Yep.
Pressure rate through the roof.
And it has fallen dramatically.
Yeah. Yeah, and he, I mean, do you want that dude in your locker room? Like, again, he posted before he was even anything. Like, before he was cut, before he was traded, he posted this dumb farewell post that was like an awful graphic design.
Yeah, in a font that I'm sure really irritated Josh.
Yeah, the AI slop farewell posts have to stop.
It was terrible.
It's funny, we look kindly on a few years back, but this dude has never cracked 200 points by Big 3 scoring.
Yeah.
No.
His best season ever was 191 points.
Did it say the sacks that year?
Yeah, he had 9.5 sacks.
Wow.
His best sack total of his career. He's had 7.5, 7.5, 9, 6, 9.5, 5, and 2.
That's who he is.
So he's just like, this guy is the definition of middling. So
he's been top 15 in pressures like multiple times though, Josh.
I know. But eventually, Addy, those pressures, they have to turn into sacks. We can't keep doing this. You can't keep getting away with it.
That's what some say. I'll never give up on the pressures.
Never give up. Pressures ain't real though.
They aren't real though.
Yeah, we know those are not a real stat. Let's move to linebacker though. Some juicy deals got handed out at the linebacker position, including one that went down right when we were about to start recording here. Devin Lloyd gets the biggest deal, as far as I can tell, by AAV of day one of free agency. 3 years, $45 million to go to that desperate team we just talked about, the Carolina Panthers. Give Devin Lloyd basically the exact same deal we saw, I think Nick Bolton, who was it, Sherwood, and then there was one other guy that got this exact same deal to come back to their team last year. 3 years, $45 million just seems to be the going rate if you want to get a linebacker in free agency. So
the top linebacker of the class.
Right. You're going to get 3 years, 45. It's just kind of written in the stars. I do like
the way it has to be.
Right. Yep. No other option. Sorry. But
Cap went up. I don't care.
It's going to be Devin Lloyd and Trevin Wallace there?
Yeah.
I mean, that's really it. So
Roseboom, I feel like Roseboom may be a guy that gets brought back. They seem to like him quite a bit. But yeah, I mean,
so it's Roseboom and Lloyd.
Yeah,
probably.
They'll be great.
Sorry, Trevin.
They'll be great. We got a lot of tandems that we got to deal with these days. It's just how it goes. We're going to talk about another tandem here in just a second.
Just a second. Yeah, we've got another one.
I do think this makes the Panthers better
Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad about it. Like, getting Jaelan Phillips and getting Devin Lloyd, the two prizes of arguably a free agency at their position, not a bad strategy for a defense that was still not good last year.
Yeah, Roseboom is not great by himself. Trevin Wallace, once Roseboom got hurt, was, really, really bad. But, I mean, Devin Lloyd with this mix will make them a better team, and Devin Lloyd will be a valuable IDP. I mean, I don't know that week in and week out he's going to be like he's not going to be a 15-point per game type of guy, I wouldn't think.
Could he finish now as top 15 linebacker? I mean, I think that's definitely in the range of outcomes. This money tells me he's going to be an every down linebacker for the Carolina Panthers.
That was the concern last year with them, right? They were so weird with his snaps. They were up and down. Some weeks he'd be playing just like 60% of the snaps. Like, what's going on with this dude? But then, he also had plenty of games where he made massive plays and was really important for Jacksonville. So yeah, I mean, this is a great spot. I mean, the money, I think we just got to trust that, they like this guy. They're going to play this guy a lot, and he's still young. I mean, he was,
Is that Evero?
Evero?
In Carolina?
I'll have to vet that and see who their defensive coordinator is. I think you're right. It's funny, though. We forget Devin Lloyd was like remarkably consistent his first 3 years. 182 points, 176 points, 183 points with 115, 127, and 113 tackles. In 15 games, just 74 tackles last year, but 5 interceptions.
Wow.
So, yes, it was his best season, but he's coming off also his worst tackle season by a good bit, by about 40 tackles. Yeah. And so that gives me a little bit of pause of like crowning this guy as like, is he better just maybe for big play, best ball type of leagues? Do you want to count on this guy as like your, LB2 in a managed league?
I'd be fine with it. I mean, you got to trust it though. I mean, the tackles are going to be closer to those first 3 years, right? Mm-hmm. And obviously the interceptions are fluky and he'll never do that again. But he may get some sacks next year. Like he's always had that in his game. Did that a lot in college, sacks and TFLs. So, yeah, I think there's still plenty of meat on the bone for Devin Lloyd, and it's just like it's a better situation, right? Like he was just surrounded like by Foye and
to manage those number of tackles. With Foye next to you, the tackle machine, that's pretty good. And he's been remarkably consistent. 17 games his rookie year. 15, 16, 15. So
it was just annoying from the beginning with Devin Lloyd there in Jacksonville. It's like, why did you guys take this dude?
Why did you?
And then they took Chad Muma in the 3rd round, which he had a lot of fans in the IDP world. But yeah, it's I'm glad to see him get out of there. I wish him the best in his next stop.
I'm hoping for the best. It was fun. We had a fun Devin Lloyd season last year. We had a fun Devin season, period. Devin White not signed yet, but Devin Bush, we'll talk about him here in just a sec. Yeah. And it is Evero, the defensive coordinator for the Panthers, Bobo.
He's always gotten a lot out of his linebackers. Oh, yeah. So.
That's true. That is true. So
let me break a couple real quick.
Yeah, what we got?
Jets signing former Giant safety Dane Belton, 1 year, $4 million, and then Alohi Gilman going to the Chiefs. I was wondering what they were doing with kind of McDuffie gone and
Jaelan Watson gone
as well.
To the Rams as well. The Rams just took both the Chiefs cornerbacks essentially.
Cook, right?
Y'all missed a lot of that too on the last episode because the next morning then they signed Cam Curl to the long-term deal after that kind of mix up with McDuffie.
It's hard to stay on top of it these days. You got to pod every damn night. Pretty much.
Yeah, especially right now with all the trades going down. People trying to get their books right and get their plans in place before free agency starts.
Rams going to run heavy dime next year.
Oh yeah.
I would not be trying to go and grab what is the little darling linebacker for the Rams?
Man?
No, Sean Dolac.
Oh, Sean Dolac,
Not as much interested in him and Omar Speights next year. There will be a lot of DBs.
They were like, our defensive backs killed us in the playoffs? Yeah. Never again. Yeah. We are going to go crazy on this thing.
Exactly.
So let's talk about, though, we mentioned the Raiders and their kind of spending spree, bringing in Kwity Paye. They also revamped their linebacker room, which, look, it needed to happen, and maybe these guys are still good by the time that Fernando Mendoza is taking off. But Quay Walker, 3 years, $40.5 million, and then reuniting him with his Georgia Bulldogs teammate Nakobe Dean, 3 years, $36 million. Your new duo of Raiders linebackers. This just feels like the Chicago Bears all over again, except with like the massive deal for Tremaine Edmonds, who we'll talk about here in just a second, lands with a new team. What do we make of this? got two great linebacker free agents ending up in the same place. It kind of feels like T.J. Edwards and Tremaine Edmonds all over again.
And that worked out fine.
Yeah, it was fine.
Right? Both those guys were productive, and you could play both those guys. And, I think we see that a lot these days in the league. Cashman, Eric Wilson. We saw Quay Walker and Edrin Cooper, be good at times together. So, and there's lots of examples. It's when that red dot's on, there's a lot of pressure. All right.
Adam just goes, all he hears is, ooh,
That's right.
and his mind just goes blank. Well, we don't have this in the doc, but Aaron Wilson, we went to school with Aaron Wilson.
Yeah, shout out.
Different guy.
Hope you're well.
Hope you're well. Hope you're still with us. Eric Wilson coming back to the Vikings.
Yes, sir.
That was like right before, that just totally got buried because it was literally like leading off the live stream for a lot of these brands that do the live stream on day one of free agency, and then it was just like buried 20 minutes later once the legal tampering period opened. So
people forget that dude was sick last season.
he was so good. I'm so excited that he's back. They're bringing back Ivan Pace as well. I think it seems like. So what do you think, Bobo? How are you sorting out Quay Walker and Nakobe Dean in Vegas?
I'll probably have more Dean than Walker.
Oh, for sure.
Because I feel like Dean's value will be quite a bit less than Quay's.
You think so?
I don't know. I mean, for the smarties, they're gonna know they want Dean, I feel like. But I feel like for the normies, Quay is gonna be overdrafted again.
That's true. He has the finishes.
Yep.
Whereas Dean just hasn't had the play, can't stay healthy. But if we're talking about like players and like performances, like I think Nakobe Dean's definitely the better linebacker.
Agreed.
Better leader type as well.
Oh yeah. I think you could look up in production wise mid-season. You're like, gosh, Dean's just the LB1 over Quay. That's going to be interesting. That's going to be an interesting dynamic between those two guys. You've got two still very young, kind of immature linebackers. I don't know.
The whole defense is bad though, right?
Oh yeah.
So, like these two, they're going to play a ton.
Did they keep Chin?
He's still there.
Yep, still there.
So that kind of helps. It's fun. It's a little bit better defense now. No, Maxx Crosby's going to suck, but
that's a bad line.
That defensive line is all sorts of butt.
Is Christian
really? I think is.
So that's the thing is these two linebackers are probably going to feast because it's Kwity Paye, Malcolm Koonce, Tyree Wilson. Like
the offense is going to be functional, so I think they're going to be in games and be fun and be competitive.
And they did beef up their offensive line. You're adding a massive quarterback upgrade. You've got two great offensive weapons in Bowers and Ginty. So
defensive tackle from Clemson.
He's
gone
out the league. Dude.
Yeah, he said,
is he really?
Yeah,
he retired.
See, he must have been doing some crazy stuff in that locker room. Christian Wilkins,
nobody wants
him.
Guy.
Yeah.
Okay, understood.
Yeah.
Yeah, there for a second I thought Maxx Crosby was still there. I forgot he's gone. So
it's wild, man. It's been a crazy week.
That's a tough go.
The trades, that is something that I have noticed. The trades there's a lot more these days. Like I feel like back in the day, like there was never any. Like remember trade deadlines used to be just dead.
Crickets. I heard a theory that because you're getting this younger wave of GMs coming in, they all grew up playing Madden, playing fantasy football, and that's like that really is coded into your DNA. I think just to be more of a wheeler dealer
for sure.
Like Bobo, I mean, imagine if you took over an NFL franchise. I think you'd have like 15 deals done before the ink was dry on your contract.
I don't know. I've kind of those days have passed.
Absolutely not.
I'll put feelers out, but I'm not as engrossed.
Your
as I
trade
was.
volume is like 3x anyone else in this league.
Peak COVID was a good time to be Bob. Good
time to be Bob, he says. Well, let's talk about
time to be a deal. I'll say that.
Deal starts shaking in its boots when it sees Bobo coming.
Yeah.
Tremaine Edmonds signs the New York Giants, 3 years, $36 million.
I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought that was a lot of smoke, and I was like, I don't know.
I really wanted this to be the Sonny Styles landing spot, and it still very well might be because Micah McFadden is also a free agent. I think it's just Darius Masau there right now. So Edmonds could be the running mate alongside of Sonny Styles, but it did kind of muddy the waters with the Jets bringing in 2 edge rushers and DeMario Davis. Now the Giants bringing in Tremaine Edmonds. Those mock drafts aren't as crystal clear as they used to be before today.
When you say the word Sonny Styles, does the Harry Styles song come in your head at all?
No.
No. I don't know what that song's called, but there's a cool little riff in it that will get in your head. I'm gonna send it to you.
You have a teenage girl.
I do.
We don't have.
Yeah, we hear a lot of Harry Styles.
If you want to talk
around the
Moana soundtrack, I can give you some riffs from that.
Okay.
Jermaine Clement from Flight of the Conchords, excellent in that movie.
You like Tremaine here with the Giants? I kind of like it. It's okay.
Yeah, I think it's solid.
Until he gets, that sniper meme where they're all pointing the guns at the back of the head. Sonny Styles is the guy up in the balcony with the sniper pointed at all of them. So
yeah, and I think that Tremaine's gonna fulfill this contract? No, he'll probably get cut.
He'll probably get cut
going in third year,
maybe even next year, just
Maybe
depending
next year.
on how things
Right.
go.
Yeah, this feels like just like a short term type of thing. But yeah, Tremaine Edmonds, I mean, was by far his most productive season last year. So you hope that continues with him. He was always a guy that was.
We've been doing this too long.
We have.
We've been talking about Tremaine Edmonds.
No kidding.
For a long time now.
This is year 7, right? I think we started doing the pod
July 2019.
And that would have been his class, right?
I can double check. Our
think
first
it was.
draft we would have talked about would have been 2020 because we would have not talked about the 2019 class. So I'll see when he came
Either
into
way,
the league.
it's been a
wild ride
long
with
time.
Tremaine.
But yeah, I just drafted. I just took some Nakobe Dean, and I took him like in the 4th round.
Ooh.
That's nice.
This was before the news.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's very
He's
nice.
getting ahead of it.
Feeling better about it now?
Yeah, I feel fine. I mean, he's gonna be a top 25 linebacker.
The landing
Agreed.
spot that I really wanted for Nakobe Dean was Tampa Bay. That was
Would've
where
been
I
nice.
was like, man, this team could use a guy like Nakobe Dean. And we'll talk about who they went with.
People are going to be scared because he's landing there with Quay Walker. But again, remember, Quay Walker could be a big idiot at times. So, I mean.
Crybaby Quay could be a big idiot.
Certainly could happen. We've seen it before. So I wouldn't be too worried about it. I think Nakobe Dean, as long as he's healthy.
Las Vegas can bring you to your knees.
That's a bad place for someone like Quay.
Truly.
Someone with that type of
A lot of
character.
crying, possibly.
A lot of crying.
In Las Vegas
In
for
that
Quay
globe,
Walker.
in that little sphere thing.
4 or 5 a.m. outside a casino.
Allie
Hey,
wanted
we've
to-
all been there.
Allie wanted to maybe get tickets for the Backstreet Boys at the Sphere. It would have been legitimately like $2,000 to see those guys in the Sphere.
Have you seen that thing? Have you seen it in person?
I have not seen it in person.
Oh,
I've
okay.
seen videos of it. I mean, it looks like the coolest place in the world to see a concert.
How many people can you fit in the sphere?
I don't know.
Billion.
Yeah,
Billion.
Yeah, billions.
it's they're
You gotta
tripling,
really you're gonna be packed in there.
tripling the
You won't be able to
population of
move.
the country to get
But,
inside
I mean,
the
this
Sphere.
It's very tall.
like
in
a
there.
pyramid.
It's,
Right.
it's bigger than the world, actually. Demario Davis lands with the Jets, 2 years, $22 million. I low-key kind of love this. It seems like Aaron Glenn's just like, let me get a badass in the middle of this defense alongside Jamie and Sherwood.
Demario also probably like 36, right?
He is, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Yeah, I think Aaron Glenn's like, let me get another coach in here.
Right.
I need all the help.
When I
can
get fired, this team is going to
they're going to
need
need somebody.
somebody in here to
Coach
be an adult
player.
in the
Somebody that's
room.
older than me.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
Demario Davis.
Let's bring Demario in. Yeah, this is just one of those. I probably like it a little more for NFL purposes.
It's good for IDP, man.
Yeah, I
He's
agree.
been
Yeah,
he's been great.
Do you want Sherwood or Demario Davis, and how do we think that split works out?
I want
ADP-wise?
the
value.
Demario Davis is ADP for sure.
Yeah, that's probably still going to be depressed, even with this new landing spot, right?
He'll be around LB 40. Sherwood's going to be top 12.
Yeah.
You think he's going to be top 12 still?
He was awesome, man.
I feel like kind of the Will McDonald corollary where it's like, I think the Jets players just, there's a stink on this team. Like, are they just going to get knocked down because it's the Jets?
Sherwood
I don't think
kind
so.
of fought through that stink. I mean,
Yeah.
his ADP's still been kind of healthy, I feel like, the last year.
And
or
he's
two.
he's proven it for a couple years in a row now. So again, there's just like when you get to when you get in these drafts, you just really realize how risky linebacker is after like the top 12 go. So I think he's gonna be in the mix. And also, there's just so many. The problem with draft right now is there's just so many people that haven't signed, like Devontae David, Bobby Wagner, like all those guys. Okay.
Yeah, we.
Moore will be getting released.
I don't think we mentioned it, but Dre Greenlaw got released. And it seems like did they bring back Singleton, or is that just
Singleton got brought back 2
Okay.
years, $15.5 million.
Okay,
I think,
I was like-
and Justin Sternad got brought back.
Yeah, so basically they're just running this linebacker core back with Singleton and Sternad.
Yeah.
So minus Greenlaw.
Which is a choice. I mean, that seemed
Yeah.
like the weak spot of that team.
That seems like maybe they address it in the draft. I know I've seen
Sonny
CJ
Styles.
Allen mock there quite a bit.
Yeah, that would CJ Allen be nice there.
So I think they need a little bit of infusion of just some athleticism. In
Oh,
this
yeah.
room.
They're a late first.
Yeah,
They were a good team last year.
They're in
Did they
like,
bring back Dobbins? I saw there was some
28.
talk.
they
I
did. I
think.
think so.
They did bring back Dobbins. Yep.
Weird.
Why?
I know.
So
on,
Demario
Harvey.
Davis, Bobo, you like Demario Davis landing in New York?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't know. I feel like with some of these linebackers, like even Wagner. Like I'm really interested to see where Wagner goes.
I am too.
Just
now.
landing anywhere, right? We're just glad to see it keep going.
Yeah.
Right.
He's gonna produce, man. I mean,
For sure.
they're bringing him in to play.
It's like, bro, when are you tired of playing? Okay, we'll quit drafting you at that point.
And also there was I can't remember the quote. Oh, it was Chase Young. There was a Chase Young quote last season. He was talking about DeMario Davis, how DeMario Davis is still the fastest linebacker on the team.
Wow.
You know, so it's like, okay, this guy,
truly built different.
Yeah,
we joke about that.
He still got it.
DeMario Davis, still that dude.
And then like you just can't touch him when it comes to like what he's seen and the experience. Like
the mentals.
That's a much needed
Much needed on the Jets defense.
very much needed.
Not a lot of heady players on this team.
What he's seen.
Well, he's seen some stuff down in New Orleans,
Certainly.
I'm sure, during Mardi Gras. Shout out Sig. But we talked about Devin Lloyd a little earlier. This may be my favorite Devin signing. Devin Bush, Chicago Bears, 3 years, $30 million. I thought Devin Bush was going to get a nice payday, and this is pretty good guap for a linebacker of his ilk. But
Wow.
I
Flock
love
and ilk in the same
there you go.
sense.
Double vocab
Wow, well
lesson
done,
for y'all
Josh.
IDP
today. TheIDPshow.com. Sign up. Vocab tab. 3 years, $30 million though. Of course, the Bears still have TJ Edwards. They bring back DeMarco Jackson. So you figure DeMarco Jackson probably the injury fill in LB3. I've actually seen quite a few linebacker threes. Cole Holcomb got brought back by the Pittsburgh Steelers on a decent deal. But I love Devin Bush there as the Tremaine Edmonds replacement alongside TJ Edwards.
Oh yeah, I mean that is just a wonderful landing spot. The Devin Bush experience continues. Happy for him. Happy to see him have this late career breakout. Was certainly labeled as a bust, but just a good reminder that sometimes these linebackers, that first contract that they're on, that's where they're bust, but that doesn't mean that's going to always be the case for them, right? We're just drafted in a bad spot. And again, there's a lot of pressure that comes with that type of stuff too. So always love seeing guys get fresh starts, ball, and then parlay that into another contract. So love to see it for Devin Bush. Great landing spot too, joining a solid team, an up and coming team, a young team. And then, he's also like, think about what's around him. Like TJ Edwards is coming off of a pretty significant injury. Who knows what he'll be like? And then you had DeMarco Jackson, just really has been a journeyman in his career.
Yeah, that's a bye week fill-in type of guy.
Special teams type of guy.
What was the injury for Edwards?
I think it was a fractured fibula or something like that. It was in the playoffs, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was
You're right.
brutal, I believe.
That first game.
Yes.
That is not good. That is like some training camp lingering.
Maybe it's not
stuff.
that, but I feel like it was something there, and one of the major leg bones.
Let's see. He placed on IR. Let's see. I'll have to look up. I was hoping Sleeper would have it, but yeah, they lost him in the wild card round over the Packers, but it doesn't say what the injury was. So let me see if I can find that.
He'll never walk again.
He'll never. They had to amputate the leg. I was just looking at Devin Bush. 10 double-digit scoring games for Devin Bush.
Yeah, he was
Dude
awesome.
was really good.
League winner. He was a league winner last year.
Truly. And
That's hilarious. You go into
Devin Bush and Devin White.
you
dude.
first couple
if you
rounds.
had just
come
done
out
the
with
all
those guys.
Devin team, like we said,
Yeah.
you'd have had the best linebacker trio.
Told you I should have hold him.
What? Which Devin?
Both of 'em.
All the Devins. Because all
Every
the
one of
Devins,
'em.
you could say, have been labeled busts
Yeah.
at certain points in their career.
Hester, Duvernay.
At one point, sure.
What, Devin Hester? I thought you said Esther. I was like, who is Devin Esther? Yeah, fractured fibula. Look at you. Good pull, Addy.
Wow.
January 10th. So
I fractured my fibula in college. We've had this call.
Never the same.
never been
Never
the same.
same.
Still
Lateral
haunts you.
movement.
Still got
at
a
60%.
bit of a limp to you.
Yeah,
Well,
I can't strafe
replacing-
like I used to.
You can tell when it's going to rain.
Strafe, he says, like he's in a first-person shooter game. Replacing Devin Bush in Cleveland, Quincy Williams, 2 years, $17 million. Addy, you've always been a Quincy fan.
I like it.
I feel like you'll probably have some Quincy shares.
I like
it's a
it a
nice
lot.
landing spot alongside Carson Swessinger.
Yeah, I just drafted Quincy in that best ball I'm doing. He was like there in the 9th round. So I was like, yes, thank you very much. Only reason he was there was because he didn't have a team. But yeah, he's going to play, I would imagine, at least like what Devin Bush just did, at least 85% of the snaps. And then we know about his big playability. So, which I also feel like he's going to have some moments there. Like, you can just see Quincy having like a
Little Devin Bush.
a big season in the sack department, back over 115 tackles. I think Quincy Williams is still going to be a good linebacker you want. So,
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
I think you could argue 124 tackles. Now, Devin Bush did have 3 picks. 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and a fumble recovery. So that definitely helped juice his scoring in Big 3 scoring. But I think you could argue as long as Quincy stays healthy, I mean, the floor is probably, 115 sacks for this guy?
Yeah, like the 2
Sacks?
years.
So, 115 sacks. That would also be insane. Talk about setting the record.
He's got it in him. I really do believe that.
The 115,
115
sacks.
sacks.
He could do it. I mean, why not? If you believe in
Anybody
yourself,
could.
you
Yeah.
can do anything.
He's from Moorhead. I mean,
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, shout
Is
out.
he really?
Mhm.
Wow.
I think maybe is it Murray? Maybe it's Murray.
We
It's
always
Murray.
get this confused.
Yeah,
if
not
it's Murray
Moorhead.
or Moorhead.
Same difference.
Yeah, what is it?
I mean,
Yeah, pretty
who
much.
cares on
Yeah,
both of them?
lump them in the
Right,
same
you
bucket
know.
of
I
like.
think
There's
it's gotta
somewhere
be
I
Murray.
don't know where they are.
Can't be. Is the Thundering Herd is Moorhead?
I don't
Quincy
know.
Williams, right? Isn't that what we're talking about? Yeah, it was
Yes.
Murray State
Murray
Racers.
State. Murray State. They've had some moments in like
Third
college
round
basketball.
draft pick
yeah.
by the Jags in
Wow.
2019.
Then they cut him. Remember, they cut him like
Oh, yeah.
before
Yep.
that contract was up. So
Yeah, bad look on the Jags.
then they drafted freaking Devin Lloyd and Chad Muma. Could have just kept.
You think Quincy's gonna send the Jags a letter saying, "Look at me now, suckers"?
I'd say he's already sent.
Did you
that.
all know that Tremaine Edmonds'
Multiple
first name,
times.
according to Wikipedia, is Fasan?
Who's?
Tremaine Edmonds?
No.
Fasan. FE''ZAHN.
Fasan.
Fasan Tremaine
I
Edmonds.
like that better.
2018 NFL draft. So this was a
Oh,
full
wow.
2 draft classes before we started doing the pod.
He come
So
in at 19.
19 years old. He was one. I think he still is the youngest player ever drafted into the NFL.
You can't come in at 18. Like
No, I
that's
don't think
not
so.
possible.
I don't think so. You have to have. Who was that one guy? Quay. Whenever he did it, remember him?
It is actually him. Okoye,
Yeah.
2007 draft, 19 years, 312 days old. So
Wow.
yeah,
I think you got to have like a few years of college
Yeah.
experience or something, right? Is that right?
to be draft eligible.
I
yeah,
think so.
I think you have to put in 3
3
years.
years.
3, I believe.
To
But
be
it's
draft
hard
eligible.
to believe that you put in 3 and you go into the league when you're 19.
Yeah, he must have gotten into college at 17.
Yeah, that would make sense.
That's crazy.
It really is. Yeah, because then you're getting into the draft before you turn 20, essentially.
He
So
probably turned 20 that next day.
Wow. So he's
he couldn't even drink for 2 years before he was
Wow.
while he was in the league. I
so
mean,
he's
that's
like
nuts.
27,
Tremaine.
26 right now.
Tremaine, yeah, he's around there.
Man, that's still so young. That's crazy.
Let's see. Tremaine Edmonds is 27 years old.
Mm.
So crazy. 2018. That is a lot longer than I thought.
So we probably still got another 5 years of Tremaine, being solid.
Legit. Yeah. I mean,
Wow.
if he's 27 now.
Peak IDP show. We just talked about Tremaine.
Yep,
It's downhill from here.
pretty much.
Let's talk about another guy, replacing another guy that we've spent a lot of time on this show yapping about. Levante David. Is he going to be back in Tampa Bay now, Bobo?
It's not looking good.
Alex Anzalone signs there 2 years, $17 million. This is a little more.
AA battery.
AA battery lands with Tampa Bay. They do need a little bit of a boost there at Servassier Dennis, and that's about it. Bobo, what's your prediction? Levante David back in Tampa Bay after this? I don't think so, man.
Yeah, I mean, with Mike Evans going, with some kind of movement there, you got to think that maybe Alex Anzalone and Servassier are the ones that stay. I don't know. It's kind of hard to think about a world with no Levante in Tampa Bay, but
And Tampa Bay fans will tell you, because Levante himself has said it, he's going to retire if he's not back with Tampa Bay.
yeah.
We'll
So-
see. Money talks, baby.
I think
Yeah.
he could. Now it's like, all right, if you want to come back and play for 1 year, $6.5 million, fine, but we're not going to give you a multi-year deal or a 1 year, $15 million deal or something stupid like that. So
I don't know. It's a dangerous precedent to really roll out Alex Anzalone and Servassier Dennis.
I think they were also just like, Levante, you showed some clear signs of slippage last year, and I think we're good. Like, we would just rather try something different. Now,
Have you seen Servassier, coach?
I think this tips their hand that maybe, I don't think Alex Anzalone, you're going in as your LB1 in a make or break season for this coaching staff and this regime. I mean, this has got to be, there have to be more moves coming down the road, right?
We've seen a lot of mocks with them taking a linebacker too.
I'm gonna say they keep him 1 more year.
1 more year. I could see it because I think this is like
Instead-
one last ride with Baker, with Bowles. Like, this kind of feels like it's it.
Servassier just feels like a backup. Anzalone feels like an LB2 to Levante. I think you could see it out tomorrow. 1 year, whatever you think, Josh.
Let me check.
6 year,
Yeah.
$6 million, 6 year Levante.
Well, they just gave Anzalone, what is this? Basically like
217.
like 80 a year.
Yeah.
So would they give Levante 1 year, $6 million? 1 year.
Sure.
I think the most I could see would be like 1 year, $10 million.
Because I'm with
That's
y'all.
just out
like,
of respect too.
Yeah, just out of respect, essentially.
yeah.
We want to give you 1 year, $2 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll give you 1 year, 5 instead. I just want to make sure that it hasn't actually happened while we've been sitting here. But I think the only signing is Elijah
Levante
Vera
David, 7 years, $150 million.
to the Las Vegas Raiders. It's like, oh my
That's right.
God.
We're running 3 linebackers.
Yeah, 3
baby.
linebackers, baby.
We're gonna
It's the
change the
90s.
game.
Madden
the
style.
game.
All right, yeah, we mentioned the Denver Broncos repairing Alex Singleton and Justin Sternad. We'll see what happens there. I think they add to this room in the draft. Let's talk about a big trade, though, guys, that went down over the weekend. Zaire Franklin to the Green Bay Packers, traded for Colby Wooden, the defensive lineman there. Zaire Franklin was just downright bad last year from an NFL perspective. So sorry, Packers fans, Kyle B., Jeff, this is not going to be fun for y'all. But I guess if you're like, look, we need a Quay Walker replacement to alongside Edgerrin Cooper. And
Another
so
bad linebacker.
let's just replace him with a worse version of Quay Walker. Doesn't sound like an optimal strategy. You're also depleting defensive line depth at a time when you've also just shipped off Rashan Gary. Lucas Van Ness is a bust. Micah Parsons has a torn ACL. I've heard, rumors of like, are they going to ship more of these defensive linemen off? Like, are you sure you want to do that right now? I don't know. This just felt like I'm glad the Colts were able to get back anything. I don't know how much Colby Wooden helps us, but our linebacker room was due for a revamp anyways. So I'm kind of surprised the Packers ended up here. But I mean, if Zaire's healthy, I mean, he'll be the tackle monster alongside Edgerrin Cooper.
Yeah. I think he'll be solid for. I think what we saw kind of Quay Walker do. You could see a similar type of stat line for Zaire. But yeah, just surprising that a team was willing to trade for that dude.
Because he was getting cut.
And also like he just seems like a guy that just kind of gets. I don't know. Well, he's got a podcast. He's there's been plenty of times where it seems like he's been unhappy there in
Yeah, you
Indianapolis.
piss off like the most famous Colt in recent memory and Pat McAfee. You're beefing with this guy in the media. Like Zaire Franklin, 7th round pick. Like this is truly a success story. I think we need to like keep that in mind. But it just ran its course and he wore out his welcome in Indy. It was time to change things up. I mean, him and Jermaine Pratt were like a bottom 5 linebacker duo last year in terms of actual play on the field.
Yeah.
So it's time. What does that look like? I don't know. There's still some good players out there.
And that's the analysis you see though, like when you see like Ian Rappaport, like, break the news that they're acquiring Zaire Franklin. So Zaire Franklin has had 400 tackles over the last 3 years.
That's strictly
this is a good player right here.
That is literally, hey,
That's all we have.
The agent has the relationship with the source. And so it's like they just send them material to copy and paste for the tweet.
Sure.
Like, I'll give this to you instead of Rappaport, or I'll give this to you instead of Schefter if you just basically copy and paste however I want you to puff up my client. Because, yeah, the analysis they're not giving analysis. They're just giving talking points from the agent. But you're right. It's always like, yeah, he's had 1 billion tackles. Well, congrats. He also had
That's his job.
38.4 PFF grade in 2025.
Right.
The lowest graded season of his career.
Wait till he's got to tackle Jahmyr Gibbs twice a year.
Yeah, they're going to put this dude on skates playing against some of these teams.
That's right. K1 coming at you, baby.
Yeah, that's true. Do you all think it's I saw he was the Vikings are the betting favorite for
It's got to be.
Kyler Murray.
It's gotta
Kind
be.
of surprised that deal didn't get announced.
Well, it's good. They got to wait till they release him.
Oh, is he not officially released yet? Oh, that's
Can't
right.
be released till
Yes.
Wednesday, so we're
Wednesday.
kind of in
Okay,
limbo
just in
until-
limbo. So I love how the Dolphins are just like, Tua, peace, baby. Get the hell out of here. $100 million dead cap over the next 2 years. Like I cringe thinking about that in like the XFFL if I had to eat that kind of money.
I don't know if I love it for fantasy though. Do we love it for JJ and Addison?
Better
I
than
mean,
JJ McCarthy.
Better than what we had. And
Better
also-
than 9.
And for Jefferson, I think it's good. I think we saw him and DeAndre had good rapport. I feel like you could see a similar type of thing with him and Jefferson, the alpha of the group.
I gotcha.
Addison probably going to be streaky.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, I think Kyler's more like a guy that he's going to be just right at 4,000 yards passing, if that.
Yeah.
And so that
when there's trouble, he runs.
Yeah. But this is the best system he's ever been in, the best group he's ever been in. We got a good offensive line. And you don't have KOC. You got a great defense, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, he's motivated. He's going to have an opportunity to get really paid.
If it doesn't work here, it's not going to work anywhere.
No,
This is your last chance to, I think, really establish yourself and get a big payday.
But we saw a turnaround with Darnold. I mean, this could be the same type of thing here.
Number one overall pick for a reason.
People forget that Darnold with Adam Gase, like the years that he lived there. I mean, that
mononucleosis.
He was in the water.
Yeah. Seeing ghosts, literally. Mm-hmm. One more move here. Christian Harris signed with the Atlanta Falcons. No terms yet on this deal. When we checked here before recording, I've always liked Christian Harris. I've got a soft spot for Christian Harris.
Same. What was it? 2023 playoffs or whatever? Maybe 2024.
Just an animal.
Hard to forget.
I think it was, yeah. It was
never forget.
Recently. Oh. But then he just got buried. EJ Speed comes in. To'o kind of emerges there. Then you have Azeez Al-Shaair coming over from Tennessee. So he just kind of got buried, I think, on the depth chart a little bit. But fresh start there. They have not brought back Caden Ellis yet. It's him and Divine Diablo right now. Is Troy Anderson a free agent as well?
I think he may still be. I don't know.
We'll have to vet that.
Maybe. That'd be sad.
That'd
4
be sad.
years of nothing, with him because we were so excited.
He may be going into the final year of his initial rookie deal, because this is coming up on year 4. I
feel like he's got
it?
one more year left.
Can't be out.
Let's see.
Yet.
Contract.
But yeah, that's an awesome spot for Christian Harris. I mean, especially if Caden Ellis doesn't come back, because also like Divine Diablo, like he's he gets banged up. He's had plenty of time on the injured list. So there's a path there for Christian Harris.
That's a sneaky, just how Double D was a kind of a sneaky signing there last offseason. Now Christian Harris landing there.
Right. Yeah. Harris could even outplay Divine Diablo.
Right. I would not. I mean, we've seen enough flashes from Christian Harris for me to I'm interested. And this guy had pedigree coming in out of Alabama. What was he, a 3rd round pick maybe?
Somewhere in that range. Yeah.
But one more season for Troy Anderson. So right now that linebacker room, Double D, Troy Anderson, and Christian Harris.
Harris could be a little best ball winner. You throw him on some late best balls, and all of a sudden you look up and you're like, gosh, this guy's getting a lot of snaps.
He's a starter.
LB 50 or 60 range probably, once drafts start ramping up.
Yeah, I mean, like every year proves to us, you just never know, man. There's always going to be
Devin
a
Bush,
handful
Devin
of surprises,
White.
yes.
Devin White was LB 94, I think, by our ADP to end the offseason. So, yeah, he was a 3rd round pick in the 2022 NFL draft, Christian Harris. So checks a lot of boxes, just got buried on a depth chart.
Signing day 1. I mean, you like that,
I think that draft, too, was right before the new regime came in.
Yeah.
Because I think D'Amico Ryans came in 23, I believe. They had 2 back-to-back one-and-done coaches in David Culley and then Lovie Smith.
And that's a tough spot, right? I mean, that's D'Amico Ryans, a defensive-minded coach, wants his own linebackers, So yeah, you're kind of up against it. And then you get all these linebackers in there with you.
And he had that nice playoff stretch, but then didn't he get hurt and kind of came into the season
and never was able to get the job back?
Just behind the 8 ball and just never had a chance. It was
like a calf injury, never recovered from.
Missed all of training camp.
I think almost the whole season.
Missed a lot of the. Yeah, he came back late in the season, I think. So
re-injured maybe.
Just behind the 8 ball for a while there and not able to catch back up. But I'm excited for Christian Harris landing in Atlanta. Let's talk about some safeties here quickly, boys. Brian Cook landing with the Cincinnati Bengals. I did see Bill Barnwell say, and this was around midday, so his opinion might have changed, but Cincinnati upgrading Geno Stone into Brian Cook may be the biggest upgrade that any NFL team has made on this first day of free agency. So that's more for NFL purposes, I feel like.
The NFL Twitter folks, they love them some Brian Cook.
Yeah, 3 years, $40.25 million. So that's what, like 13 million or so per year. So some good guap there for Brian Cook. Kobe to the Chicago Bears. Of course, we mentioned on the preview episode, they lost essentially their entire DB room. Kevin Byard, Jaquan Brisker, Nashawn Wright, their cornerback, were all free agents. So Kobe Bryant lands there, 3 years, $40 million. This was a weird one. Minkah Fitzpatrick traded from Miami to the Jets and then turn around. The Jets gave a 7th round pick, so it was basically no draft compensation. But then turn around and give him a 3-year, $40 million contract. There were a lot of weird moves. This one I just could not wrap my mind around, really.
Yeah, and Minkah's been kind of a bad teammate
Yeah.
recently, right? Is that the rumors?
Yeah, I mean, there was those rumblings.
In
What was
Pittsburgh.
it?
Because we all
yes.
kind of thought it was maybe Patrick Queen.
Yeah, who is the one that is kind of that the team is calling out of like someone's not doing their job.
Yeah.
But now that Miami's quick to ship him off as
Right.
well, it just feels like,
Yeah, the first two moves the new regime makes in Miami is, all right, Tua, get the hell out of here.
Minka, you're gone.
It's really going to break his heart for them to have to tell Tua again tomorrow that he's been cut again. But Minka, you're out of here as well. So
you're canceled.
right, thank you. Just stealing that joke off Twitter, folks. It's already out there.
Nope, it was you.
It was me. I wrote it. It was my burner. Minka, you're out of here as well. I always, you got to pay attention to when teams come in and they're like, we're tearing this thing down to the studs.
Yeah.
Who do they ship off first? Right? And so Minka Fitzpatrick, this does give me pause. But then the Jets being like, hey, we'll pay a seventh. And you're like, all right, that's fine. We'll give him a 3 or 4. It's like, why? Why would you do that? You know?
Jets going Jet.
Yeah, they're pushing the chips in like this is a team with like real aspirations here. You signed DeMario Davis. You signed Minka Fitzpatrick. You signed 2 edge rushers.
They just got to look busy there, man.
Yeah.
They're just like, we got to do something.
move the deck chairs around
Yeah.
on the Titanic.
Aaron
They'll never
Glenn's
know.
asleep.
Yeah.
Sleep in his office.
And then someone told him, Aaron, you're on television. He's like,
Yes,
he did the
sir.
classic like movie thing of like trying to look like I wasn't asleep.
should have done
Just
the,
rest in my eyes. Yeah, just pray. Just go straight into the prayer. That's all you got to do. I did like this one though. Jaelan Thompson. We've always been Jaelan Thompson fans around this table. 3 years, $33 million. Dallas Cowboys. Don't mind this one.
More excited about
Buddha.
Adrian, baby.
Adrian. Yeah, you've been talking about this for a while. Adrian Taylor Demerson, right?
Yeah, I mean, he should.
The lane has finally cleared.
He should slot right into this vacant role, and he's always been a guy that's been super productive when he gets a chance. We saw it last year when he got like a handful of starts. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be him and Buddha doing the damn thing this season. So, yeah, that's what's got me most excited on this whole entire safety list is just that Jaelan Thompson is out the building,
Out the door. And I like him landing in Dallas. That's a need for that
That's
team.
good. Yeah, he'll be productive.
Reed Blankenship, former Eagles safety, lands in Houston, 3 years, $24 million. So basically, $8 million per year there. AAV, replacing who was it that the Texans lost at safety? Was that C.J. Gardner Johnson? No, that was he was with the Bears, wasn't he?
Justin
Their safety
Reed.
room is always.
I can't keep track of
Not
who this.
Reed.
They've had like Jimmy Ward there at times. They had, I don't know, I don't remember who they had.
It's late.
They
Let's
weren't-
check
they
out
weren't-
the
they weren't useful
old
for us
R-Lads.
in IDP.
Yeah, it was. Well, they have Kalen Bullock as the strong safety. Jalen Reed, MJ Stewart.
Who was the
Yeah.
first one? Jaelan who?
Jalen Reed, Kalen Bullock, MJ Stewart, or who is on the
Bullock.
R-Lads depth chart.
Jalen Reed.
Yeah, never heard of him.
not Peach.
2025 6th-round pick.
Okay.
So not that's a Packers wide receiver too, right?
Who?
Jalen Reed,
Jaden
Reed. Okay, that's what I'm thinking of. So yeah, absolutely nothing to write home about for the Texans safeties essentially.
Yeah, but Reed Blankenship, I've always been a fan.
Right.
Good tackler. Could fit in very well there.
We'll happily take him at the end of a best ball draft
Definitely.
to fill out my DB room. So
Most of these guys that we're mentioning tonight, they're all candidates for that.
right. Dane Belton, you mentioned it, Bobo. 1 year's $4 million to go to the Jets. So I guess you got Dane Belton and Minka Fitzpatrick as your safety duo there now in New York.
Dane Belton was a little fantasy playoff superstar last season, and he's had little moments before. So, I mean, if he gets playing time, if he's going to be the other starting safety there, it's certainly someone that you're probably going to want to add.
Jets really remaking this defense. I mean,
Yeah,
you got-
as it goes from a bad defense to
maybe it's
maybe
mediocre.
worse.
Yeah.
Maybe worse.
Well, yeah, it could always be
I
worse,
mean, you
right?
lost Sauce, you lost Quinnen, and then what you're filling it in with is like, okay.
It's like when you're on Madden and you have no avenue to replenish your roster. So let me just grab all the free agents that no one else wants. That's kind of
Yeah.
what this feels. Oh, there's Kingsley Enagbare.
Right.
Minka's out there. He got cut by the Dolphins. Let's bring him in. Dane Belton, sure. And then Demario Davis. Yeah, let's bring him in as well. So that's the end of the safety list.
He's like Quincy Williams, just 6 years older.
Yeah.
Let's bring him in.
Yeah, why not? Sure, let's do it. Jets. Good luck to you guys. I saw Carson Wentz as their preferred quarterback.
Oh,
so
wow.
Good
what
Lord.
he was bad for the Colts 10 years ago or whenever he was there. So just, I mean, you had to experience him this past year, and I will say I admire the toughness. I mean, him going out there with like a torn rotator cuff or whatever it was, but like Vikings, get this dude off the field. Yeah. What are we doing here? We don't have to keep running this guy out there. Just some defensive tackle moves here quickly. John Franklin Myers to the Titans. Sheldon Rankin staying with the Texans. Tim Settle, Washington Commanders. David Onyemata going to the New York Jets. So there's your Quinnen replacement in David Onyemata. Neville Gallimore, Chicago Bears, and Kairos Tonga, Kansas City Chiefs. So just some, we mentioned Jalen Watson earlier, just to hit on the cornerbacks. Alontae Taylor to the Tennessee Titans. I liked that for IDP
Titans
purposes.
Open up the checkbook.
Right. Wan'Dale Robinson, come on down. Alontae Taylor, come on down. I think they probably signed some other ones here that I can't recall off the top of my head. But
Trubisky, he signed there today too.
Did he?
I thought he did.
Yeah, Tennessee Titans, I've actually got it right here. Daniel Bellinger, Wan'Dale Robinson, John Franklin Myers, Cordell Flott. That was the other big one.
Yeah.
3 years, $45 million. So basically they have two new cornerbacks in Cordell Flott and Alontae Taylor. And then Joshua Williams, the cornerback as well. Got 1 year, $1.25 million. So yeah, they've been spending some money. Just spending it to spend it.
Yeah, pretty much. Just a bunch of just like non-sexy names that
it's
nobody
like I've got a gift card at a store that I never go to, so let me just go in here and buy some bullshit because I've got to use this gift card.
That's pretty much it.
Pretty much what free agency has been for a lot of these bad teams. So Jamel Dean, Pittsburgh Steelers. That was kind of interesting. Monteric Brown re-signing with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Eric Stokes back to the Raiders. Josh Joe back to the Seahawks. Amik Robertson lands with the Washington Commanders. I like this one. I heard a lot of people, Addy, talking about your Vikings signing James Pierre. He was sort of like a under the radar, like Steelers kind of darling last year. And everybody was like, shh, don't talk about James Pierre. Like, let's not hype him up too much. So very smart people, very excited about your Vikes landing James Pierre.
Yeah, coming to a great defense. I mean, I'm sure Flores will know what to do with him. But yeah, the stuff I've been seeing on Twitter, same thing. Everybody's pretty excited about him.
Asante Samuel Jr. re-signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and then Las Vegas Raiders to wrap us up here. Just the theme of the episode. Teron Johnson literally was announced he was going to be cut by the Buffalo Bills, gets traded to the Las Vegas Raiders, 6th and 7th round pick swap. So,
shout out, he may be actually great there.
Right, we may be ending on kind of a low-key gem here. I know Johnny the Greek's got to be excited that Teron Johnson is staying relevant.
I've always loved Teron Johnson, so this is good. The heartbeat continues for him. We still got some other good players out there too.
Let's talk about it, Addy.
Trey Hendrickson, Leo Chenal, Caden Ellis, Levante David, Bobby Wagner, Christian Roseboom, Nick Cross still out there, Josh, Devin White, Caleb Von Chason, Jack Sanborn, Jermaine Pratt, Jaquan Brisker. That seems about.
Who are you all most excited to see where they end up from that list that Addy just read? I think it's easy for us to say Leo Chenal.
Chenal for sure.
Right. I think that's the big domino. Like, I think we could be surprised by how much money Leo Chenal gets.
Please go be LB1 somewhere, dude.
I was going to say, we always joke about the Raiders because it was so bad last year with Jamal Adams and the Berg Bros and Devin White and Jermaine Pratt there for a cup of coffee. But I mean, now those seats are filled. It's like, give me the Leo Chenal landing spot, because the Panthers were another good spot I thought where Leo Chenal could land, and they go with Devin Lloyd. The Jets had a need. They fill that with Demario Davis. Doesn't feel like the Bucks now. They filled that spot with Anzalone. I don't think they're going to pay up for Chenal.
Commanders would be a good spot. There's really not a lot of linebackers there.
Bobby Wagner's gone. It's Frankie Louvu still. So
he had it down here. There's been talk of him getting cut potentially.
Don't hate that.
It's Jordan McGee. I think some people like him. He's okay,
What do you think, Bobo? Best landing spot?
I mean, we want him to be an LB1 or an LB2. The Bills maybe. Who's there? I mean, Milano's not really been healthy the last couple of years.
He's a free agent too.
They've seen a lot of Chenal playing the Chiefs. I don't know. I'm probably, from a XFL perspective, I'm still kind of holding on to Hendrickson to see, like, man, just San Fran, let's get this guy in here and go.
What if it's Dallas?
Yeah.
I'd be pretty fired up if it was Dallas.
There's not going to be really anywhere he can land where I'm going to be upset, right? Because he's going to get paid massively, and he's going to probably be the top edge rusher on any team.
Yeah, I can imagine. The Cowboys would be awesome. Him and Gary. Like, I'm not as hype on Gary, but
Ezraku, that'd be nice.
Yeah. It'd be a nice little rotation there for Gary and Ezraku.
I think he's going to want to, he'll go where the money is, I'm sure, but hopefully he wants to land on a team that has a shot to contend for the playoffs,
That's my
right?
thought.
At this point, like, you've made some good money, not as much as you could have made, but you're going to get a nice little paycheck here. Like, hopefully, if San Fran was in on the Maxx Crosby trade, then that tells me they're probably sniffing around. It sounds like Dallas was also in the mix.
Yeah.
So my guess is Dallas for Trey Hendrickson and Leo Chenal. Yeah, I could see Washington would be fun. But a lot of these seats have kind of been filled. I would love
Busy day.
Colts, come on down. Like, Colts need somebody. I wouldn't mind seeing like a Levante David even in Indy. Just give us an adult in the room for, the first time in a while. So
I will say, from a Cowboys perspective, moving on from Micah Parsons, like, I don't exactly know what the money change is, but it does. If you were to bring in Trey Hendrickson and you roll out Hendrickson, Ezraku, Rashan Gary, Quinnen Williams, Kenny Clark, that's a pretty decent defensive line.
if you could
Versus
turn
like what you've got with Green Bay right now, and it's like Micah Parsons and who,
right,
because
Enagbare is gone now, Rashan Gary's gone. They just traded Wooden.
Lucas Van Ness is not working out.
A bust. So if you can turn, because I don't know what the picks ended up. I think some of the picks from the Micah trade ended up in the Quinnen Williams deal.
Okay.
So if you can turn, and then you have the money that you saved on a Micah deal, if you can use that to then pay Hendrickson, and you've turned Micah Parsons into Quinnen Williams, Trey Hendrickson, Kenny Clark, and then you've got Ezraku, who you drafted. That's not a terrible outcome.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe I'd still rather have Micah Parsons in the aggregate, but
that's where I'd love to see Sonny Styles.
that would be sick.
Dallas.
Yeah, what about Dallas? Dallas would be a great spot for Chenal as well.
Yeah.
Be juicy.
Right, because it's DeMarvion Overshown, Shamar James. Is Kenneth Murray still going to be there?
I don't think so.
I think he was a 1-year deal.
I think Logan Wilson already got released, right?
Or didn't they trade? They traded for him on this. I think that was year 2 for him because he was in Tennessee for. He was in Tennessee for a full year, right?
Yes.
Yes, he was.
And then they traded for him the next
I think in the
season.
off season, right? So I wanted to.
Done. It was a 2-year deal for him.
Okay, I wanted to look up here and see.
In Tennessee, is it still just Cedric Gray?
Yep. Didn't they do something?
They still got Cody Barton there, right?
They got Cody Barton
And Cedric Gray.
But
Kenneth Murray is a free agent.
And again, there's still some decent linebackers out there, right?
Yeah.
So we'll see. There'll be some muddy rooms coming.
Yeah, you said the Titans, Bobo. We wanted to see if they had anyone else they've added to that room. Yeah, let's see. The Titans depth chart at linebacker.
With all their spending
here.
today, I thought you would have seen some.
No, it's just Cody Barton and Cedric Gray right now. They have not got anybody added to that room because our lads adds the guys in orange whenever they sign with the team, and there's nobody linebacker wise. So yeah, we'll see. I'd like to see my Colts address linebacker. That would be like, can we go find, because we're gonna have to go to the bargain bin now because we gave $38 million on the transition tag to Daniel Jones, and then gave $29 million a year to Alec Pierce.
What if Chenal doesn't bring that much money? What if he's
I kind of feel like if a guy doesn't sign on day one, the market just is not as robust as maybe what we thought.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a little more affordable day.
Well,
what if
then the other linebackers are kind of underwhelming. Like no one got like really too overpaid.
No one got the Bond deal or the Patrick Queen deal.
Right.
I thought someone might get like 3 years, $48 million, or 3 years, $51 million is what Bond got. I could see Chenal getting like the Ernest Jones deal of like 3 years, 33, $11 million a year, right?
Gosh, what a deal that was for Ernest Jones.
Really was, yeah. What a deal that was for the Seahawks to be able to get that guy for that cheap.
Oh, and they re-signed Drake Thomas too. I don't know if we talked about that.
Is Tyrese still there? Or is he a free agent?
He's there, but they got Drake Thomas back in the building.
Yeah, so no need really.
Also, Ty Akata, they tendered him. So with Kobe Bryant leaving town, he's probably going to be relevant again next season.
Yeah.
Fire him up, baby.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, there you go, y'all. Day one free agency recap. Scott and Jake will be back on the after show later.
Sorry, boys.
Yeah, there's still some meat on the bone. They're going to get to hopefully talk about all those guys you just mentioned.
Oh, yeah, you can eat it.
It's good leavings, though.
You might
Eddie.
get sick, but you can eat it.
Put it in the air fryer and heat it up, Bo.
Good leavings.
Let her eat. But they'll be back later on this week scooping up the rest of the free agency signings. So look forward to that. TheIDPShow.com. We got some good articles coming y'all's way this week. Addie's Best Ball Ranks for 2026 are now out for paid supporters. $5 a month over there, so go check those out. And if you want to be in the Best Ball Drafts, follow Eric Harms on Twitter. He is always dropping those whenever they go live. Talking to Ringler today, sounds like D-Up is getting close. So once that launches, we'll be sure to share that with you all. So excited for that as well.
Let's go.
It's an exciting time of year. It was rumblings. It was going to be like yesterday or today. I was like, man, can imagine doing a D-Up draft while these signings are happening. That would have been
Head blows off.
an ultimate high,
Too
baby.
much. I couldn't handle that.
I would have had to call out work.
That would have killed me.
That would have killed over dead. We did have someone ask that suggests we should raffle off a round of golf with Addy.
Oh, wow.
I was like, here's what I don't know what Adam's handicap is.
Yeah.
But I know he enjoys golf just by himself, usually music on, just some time in nature. You do go golf with Sam occasionally, but you do also enjoy a solo round here.
Yeah, I think it's like a little therapeutic. Yeah, just being out there by yourself.
I think the subs are just itching to kill you.
Yeah.
That's where we came down.
They want to do something.
That feels a little dangerous to me. So.
They go live. It's like, why are you suddenly live on Twitter? It's like, and the caption is "Time to kill Adam" from the IDP show. Don't like that.
Yeah.
Don't like that at all.
Yeah, please don't harm me. But handicap, when I used to keep track of that stuff, I got as low as like an 8. I'm not playing at that right now. I'd say I'm probably like 12, 13. It's been rough. It's been rough lately.
Be kinder to yourself. You're a scratch
I don't get to
golfer.
play as much anymore either. You know,
It's
that's
tough.
the second kid that really kind of slowed it
Curveball.
down a lot. So
It's all gone now, folks.
twice a month if we're lucky.
If we're lucky. Hey, some windows coming up. Did you get around? You got around in on Sunday, right?
I got to play Sunday.
How was that?
It was nice. Very
Beautiful.
Very nice.
Beautiful.
Quiet. There wasn't a lot of people out there.
Right.
Me and my buddy Sam. I do play with people.
Yeah.
Folks.
That's what I said. I said usually it's either Sam or you're playing by yourself. I feel like.
Yeah.
It's just nice.
It's also hard to find folks to
Right.
get out there and do it.
It's nice just
You
to
know?
have things that you do by yourself, Bobo.
It is true.
You
It is
know?
true. It's hard to get schedules aligned.
Yeah, usually. I mean, like when I was a younger man, like you worry about stuff like that. You know, going to eat at a restaurant by yourself. That is
That's
a
a
dream.
pleasure.
That is a
That's
dream.
sublime. Yeah.
Eating, going to eat by yourself, then go for a solo round of golf. That is like.
It's like
does it
the
get
thing-
better?
Yeah,
That,
give that to me for my birthday, please.
That's a birthday
You know?
treat.
Punishment for kids is like a pleasure to adults.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know? And you need to
It
go to your room
flips.
for a little while.
It does.
You sit
flip.
and be quiet.
Yep.
You know, love to. Let me add it. You need to eat a little more dinner, or you're not getting any dessert.
Is this
All
you
right.
talking to yourself? Is this
is
self
just,
talk?
this is self-talk. This
is
is
self-talk.
Me and my therapist
Got to
went
do
through
it.
this
A lot of
week.
self-talk at the golf course.
Yeah,
Not a self-talk.
exactly.
Maybe
Hey,
some negative
You
self-talk.
suck. It's all negative.
Golf's good
all-
for you.
Just
Golf,
horrendous mental
You'll never
health.
mount
golf is all a mental
Everyone
battle.
hates you and is
It's
disappointed
an
in
inner
you.
battle with you and yourself. You got to maintain. You got to stay the course.
It's one-sided.
Yes, that's it.
I hate me.
yeah.
It's the devil on this shoulder and the devil also on this shoulder. But worse, it's the worst devil. Well, thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back here soon. And like I said, after show later this week, talking more free agency. But thank you all for tuning in. Until next time, y'all take care.